I want to make sure and remind you, I'm not looking for a sob story. I'm not looking for pity or sympathy. I'm doing this just to show you guys, so you understand that even those of us who try so hard to take care of our families, who try so hard to take care of our children, can be completely dismantled, not only by the state, but by someone who we once thought could help and be a partner when they're no longer that way. As DHS decided to stay in my life and in my home, I have since May watched things crumble slowly but surely. In June is when I was unable to work anymore and was put on my LOA. Right now, I am 3 months in. I have been looking for help in every way, shape, form, or corner. The only help I've been basically given has been through the social worker. She is, like I said, she has been one of the biggest supports of everything I've been doing. I have had to do everything from file to get help with my mortgage payments because I don't make any money. I do side jobs, doing hobby graphic design. I did not go to school for it. The little money that I make doing that goes to put food on the table because I've been denied SNAP benefits more than once. I just actually had to reapply today because I got told I got denied. It wasn't because of the paperwork I filled out. It's because my boss didn't fill out the paperwork properly, which screwed me over in the long run. There are days that I eat maybe once a day. I'm a diabetic. I'm supposed to be eating a lot more than that. I have to stretch out my medications because as a diabetic, I'm supposed to be taking pills every single day. I've been monitoring my sugar so badly to make sure that I can stretch my meds and so that I am able to keep myself well enough without eating very much to stay alive for my child. I have my child on a schedule. Why? Because schedules are what we live on here. I live by schedule, so does he. I do everything I can for my child. I would give my life for him. But the fact that I sit here and I watch the state who has not only berated me, threatened me, but yet says, oh, we're here to help the children. The state has put me in a situation where they make it look like they want my child. Like they are setting me up to absolutely fail so they can take my child out of my hands and out of my home. They don't like the fact that I have been fighting tooth and nail. And I've been looking at every avenue under the sun to keep my child. Because I do not deserve to be braided. I do not deserve to be beat down, locked up. And that's exactly what they've done. They took a responsible parent who has her name on almost every document but two that this child has for medical, for every other therapy under the sun, every release of information, every signed piece of paperwork that needs to be signed by a parent or guardian, I have done. His dad has his name on, I think, 2 documents. Right now, the situation that I am in is because of his dad. It's because of the irresponsibility that a 35-year-old man has. It's the irresponsibility that he refuses to comply with what DHS wants. I know you guys are probably thinking, well, why don't you just kick him out? If I kick him out, the state's not going to help me anymore. They refuse to help me now. The only thing right now that 35-year-old man is good for is to help pay something in this house so I can keep myself sane enough to keep doing the paperwork for my child. To be able to keep my son in my home. It's a very traumatic experience, and it's very hard to go through. It's hard to know that while you're here trying day in and day out, doing all of the things that need to be done, there's someone who claims that they work too much because 40 hours a week is too hard on them to help you do anything. But then to come home and then claim that you're the asshole and that you are the horrible person because you get upset over asking them to do one thing, like take out the trash. When they've been told by the state that they are supposed to help out around the house and you have 2 jobs. 2. Mow the fucking lawn, take out the damn trash. It's all you've ever been asked to do in my house. Do everything else. You can't even do that. But the state comes after me for those things too. Because what that adult does now shines on me. I don't parent a 35-year-old adult. That's not my job. My job is to parent my my almost 9-year-old son. That's what I do. CPS wants my life to go back to normal. It's never going to happen. I've started therapy and been told that therapy needs to be doing well in order for them to close the case. My therapy can't go anywhere until this case is done. The state has done so much damage to me mentally that it's very head-banging on the table for me. Why would you punish the one adult that's responsible, that has been the breadwinner? This house does not have 2 names on it. This house is mine. I worked very hard for 4 years to bring up my credit, to be able to get the money to put for a down payment, to give my son a permanent roof over his head that's safe, in a safe neighborhood. I paid all of my bills. I paid for my vehicle. I paid for all the groceries. I didn't ask for much out of the other human. And now that they're in charge of providing for their family, they can't do it. And because I'm not allowed to leave the attachment of my child to even go to work, it's now getting worse on me. I comply with DHS. I comply with what they want. I do everything that they want and need. I check up with them constantly. But what they don't seem to understand, even though I reiterate this again and again, is I'm doing my part. Yet you are punishing me for the parts that he is not. I'm not married to him. How and why do I get punished when someone else can't hold their own? And I'm doing all of my job perfectly fine. Why are you threatening me with things that I don't deserve? When I have an entire team of humans behind me saying, this mom is doing above and beyond what most people do. And you're still here, chaining her to her son, not allowing her to take care of her child, not allowing her to try to earn money to put food on the table. You're denying her everything. Although she has been trying and fighting and drowning at the same time because of what you're doing to her. I know that there's going to be questions. I know that they're going to be, oh, there's two sides to every story. I'll give you the other side if you really want it. I hold an out-of-the-box opinion, but I tell you things from my perspective. So trust me. If you have questions, dear God, shoot away. I want to see what they are. I want to help answer things. But I appreciate you sticking around for all of this. Hopefully it gets better one day at a time. I can only hope.